My name's Cheryl Sullivan and I became a member of Queensland Writers Centre 5 years ago, and from there I joined a writers group, the Brisbane Writers Group, which I now am the coordinator for. We have a series of members who I recommend I take them on side, and I recommend that if they're stuck with anything, to find a course that's suitable for them at QWC. It's about sharing knowledge, it's about getting to know the staff. I've become familiar with past staff members as well as the new members, and I enjoy talking with them, learning heaps, and the reaction I get from the staff is encouragement, support, do not give up, and look, I'd recommend any writer follow it through. I did courses once a month for 18 months starting from May in 2013. I chose carefully, and in hindsight, I know that they were out of order. If you want to write a novel, there's a certain routine, or it doesn't matter if it's a picture book. There's a certain method to do it, and the only way you know how to do it is to learn. And follow a course from QWC and you're right there. There are programs, there's free downloads, anything. But I encourage any writer to write. Just pick up the pen and paper and go for it. And the staff at QWC are there to help you and guide you. One of the valuable assets I got from QWC was a chance to access a grant, and from that I was able to do a course over 12 months with Meg Van, the Express Year of the Edit, and from there the group, it was over 10 months, and from there the group stayed together and we continued to share knowledge and learn from one another, and that's important. It's part of being a group. I really enjoyed that. The other courses I decided to start at the very beginning, Introduction to Creative Writing. That was important. Then the next one was, I can't remember the next one, but it was based on a follow-up from that one because it's so long ago. But it helped me get started in writing, and then I chose courses from the wonderful calendar of events for the first 6 months and the second 6 months of the year. And from there I chose carefully. In hindsight, it would have been better to have organised it in the method that's needed to write a novel from start to finish. The plotting, the outlining, the arcing of your characters, interview your characters, things like that. It's all important to have a completed novel. It will keep your reader engaged. And through QWC, I was able to fulfil my writing and finish a novel that I've had assessed, and it's just wonderful to be able to present it now as a finished item article. And I thank QWC for everything they've done for me along the way, past and present staff as well. The emotions I felt finishing my first novel was high and low, and I believe everybody goes through that. I'm glad I finished it, but is it good enough? What's going to happen? So my first choice was to enter it into a competition, Glendara Award for Emerging Queensland Writer and the Hachette program. So hopefully I'll get some feedback from there, or I'll be happy to make the shortlist, but most importantly, I finished my first novel. My manuscript is done, ready. And now I've started on the sequel, and I'm a third of the way through that within 2 months. So I'm very happy. Plus, working with the Writers Group, the homework we set in that has helped me set scenes for my novel. So it may be just part of the title that we set, but I'm able to transfer that into my novel. And having all this experience now behind me with courses, the order is now in place, so it's much quicker to work with now, and I'm still plodding along. Research is still important, photographs, anything. It helps you with your story, and believe me, it's a lonely trip, but the tribe's there to help you along the way. The CEO of QWC has offered a room where we can write, and it's Writing Friday QWC. And from there you can work on your own activity, writing, poetry, novels, whatever it is that you're working. It's a very organised time frame, and it is amazing how much work you can get done in that time. It's so well organised, and I recommend any writer who wants some peace and quiet is to attend these Writing Fridays at QWC. They are brilliant time factors, and I thank them for it because I enjoy it so much. And if by any chance the time for QWC to organise these falls through, I am planning to still come into the library on a Friday to keep this pattern going. It's the benchmarks being set, and I want to pursue this as much as I can. And I get so much done. I'm the third way through my sequels, so that shows you what time it is. Late last year, I found myself lugging volumes of work, my novel, to do the critique, work through the critique that I'd received, and I found I was overwhelmed with what I was taking to the library. So I invested in a mobile briefcase to take the weight off it, and inside that I have my little laptop in a protective case, I have a mouse, I have an electric cord deck as well for those times where I need to access a PowerPoint which is slightly out of reach. I have notebook and pen, which I find is very important for those times where the words need to come through your hands, not through keyboards. And it's amazing what you can write when you do that. So, and research. I have photographs of my characters. I have a map of Sydney because that's where my novel is set. I have notebooks, I have index cards, anything you could think of, plus spare batteries for the mouse, and pens, about 3 pens I think at the moment. So it's very important that I have that office with me because that's where my writing desk is. That's what I carry with me. If I visit anyone overnight, I often take that with me. If I find some quiet time, I can work on it, particularly when I go away for a couple of nights.